Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Evangelist Terry Carter speaking to you. I was speaking a while back that in the field of demonology, which I am involved in. We'll be talking about what the following verse means in the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So what does this particular verse have to do with demonology, which is the study of Satan and demons? Okay. Principalities refers to governing pieces of the governing powers of fallen angels. Okay, it has to do with but first, before we get into that, let's get to what the type of demons that there are. There's the Primus. The Primus type demon has humanoid features. The Necros is something like what we portray on TV as zombies. The spectral type demon is characteristics of a ghost. They have odd shapes and demonic apparitions, and they are more vicious than the Primus or Necros type demons. There's fiery demons. These are demons that are rulers in heavenly places. The aerial demons, they are involved in destruction, poltergeist type activity, and possessions. Then there's the terrestrial demons, the sect of spirits who resides in the mountains and forest areas. Then there's the Aquarius type demons, the water nymphs. Sometimes in stories we refer to them as what was thought to be mermaids. Then there's the subterranean-like demons, so it's under the earth. And then we have the heliophobic demons that only work at night. Then there's ruling demons. They're involved in heaven and hell. Principality is demons. Principalities governing prices of fallen angels. They're the type that's involved in planets, stars, and moons, and they seek to rule of nations and states, powers. Okay, principalities. Those are principalities. The powers are authorities who execute the plans. The rulers of darkness take dominion over cultures and presides over the powers that work in darkness. They are overseers of the occult world, of the dark realms, of witchcraft and wickedness. The greatest example of the type of demons that is involved in cultures is Islam. Okay, Islam originated in an area of the world with demonic activity at the time that Islam was invented or made up in AD 640. That area of the world at that time was involved in very strong demonic activity. I believe about the history tells us that Muhammad had seizures, and he had fits and acts of rage. This would tell me, I'm not saying that all seizures are demonic. Don't get me wrong on that. But this is telling me that Muhammad was under the influence of demons. The whole concept of the religion is based upon demonic activity. Okay. Anyway, this particular the rulers of darkness, they all have this particular demonic activity occurs in the Middle East and North Africa and all the parts of the world where Islam dominates. That's just one example. Missionaries that are out in the foreign fields, even in the lower parts of Africa, can give written and pictorial accounts of demonic activity in those countries. Anyway, these are demons that rule a culture, okay? But like I said, the greatest incident in that is Islam, okay? Spiritual wickedness in high places is the religious realm of the world, okay? They establish all foul practices of wickedness. They devise the plans and sketch out blueprints for diabolic warfare. Some examples of this spiritual wickedness is like in some religions that's out there, okay? Aerial demons seek to possess humans. Okay, demons can also be responsible for natural disasters. There are demons that cause sickness, illness, nightmares, and hauntings. Demons of the deaf and dumb. These are vicious, but they're easier to deal with, okay? I don't know if I can get this all right in 15 minutes or not, okay? Fiery demons are those who reside in high places, which is of the sect of principalities and powers. They come from the ranks of the seraphim. They are called gods by pagan, example, Allah, and Buddha, for example. They're called gods by pagans, and they do not directly interfere with those on earth. Okay. Terrestrial demons are said to be dwelling among men. Now, those of you that watch terror movies all the time, I don't get into those kind of movies because of the demonic activity that's in them. Zombie movies, I stay away from them. Basically, these movies today are very demonic. You should not let your kids watch them. You should not watch them yourself. Examples of terrestrial demons are what we have recorded in history, legends, and belief, such as werewolves, hellhounds, and other things like that. Okay. Then there's the Aquarius demons, nymphs. They delight in sinking boats and drowning kids, and they're also related to sea disasters. Okay. Now this is just a preliminary study on this. I'm not getting real deep. This is just to give you guys a general idea of what's going on in the demonic world. As a minister of the gospel, we need to know our enemy. That's what it's all about. And that helophobic night demons can be summoned by humans and psychics. They are referred to as familiar spirits. These demons can carry out spells, curses, and incantations. Now, in the spiritual realm, there's 4 types of spirit. There's God the Holy Spirit, there's the holy angels, there's demons, Satan, and then there's the human spirit. Demons are of 2 categories. Fallen angels and those that have been cast out. The ones that was cast out after Satan was cast out of heaven. like I said, this is, when the Bible's talking about principalities and powers and rulers of darkness, they're talking about the satanic influence upon the world. Okay? Now, the New Age movement is trying to sneak in some of their things on this, okay? Some of the New Age terms for demonic activity or demons, in a sense, are vibration. They're referred to as a higher power, entity, the Force. May the Force be with you. Even though Star Wars is, I like Star Wars, but it talks about the Force being with you. That is a type of a New Age term, okay? The counselor that's referred to in some sci-fi movies. And then, of course, there is the spirit guide. All these things in the New Age movement refer to demonic activity, okay? And then there's what they call, you talk about human spirit type things that's involved. Is energy or inner energy, chi, and what's referred to as the inner man, okay? And there are programs out there that that refer to the higher power. Some of these programs are real good, like NA and AA and this and that. They talk about having a higher power. They don't necessarily call it God, okay? But anyway, I just wanted to let you know what principalities and powers and rulers of darkness was all about. It's talking about the age that we're living in, where, as I said once before, that there are certain types of demons that cause sickness. Many types of sickness can be demonic activity. I'm about to run out of time here. But they're the type of demons that affect people's health. I'm not saying that all episodes of epilepsy is demonic activity. I'm not saying that all episodes of bipolar disorder and things like that could be epilepsy. But there are some cases, documented cases, where these things prove to be true. I mean, if a person is being treated and no treatment works, that's kind of a no treatment over time works. That kind of like almost a positive indication thing. But we need to realize the power of Satan in this world. And anyway, this was just a brief description of what this verse is all about. Principalities and powers. And anyway, the biggest influence in this world right now, I believe, is the danger of Islam. We have these ISIS people. And the ISIS people are just slaughtering people in Iraq, just killing the Christians' faith. There's no morality about them. There's no guilt in killing. They believe that they are doing God a favor. That's definite indication when you kill somebody without remorse. When you cause harm to somebody, that's the sure positive indication of demons, okay? So we got to recognize it for what it is. Well, anyway, that's all for today. My time's running out. I only got 15 minutes. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can email me or whatever the case. Anyway, God bless and have a good evening.